Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning dear students. Today we are going to discuss about control and coordination from chapter 7, class 10 CBSE syllabus. Thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is a butterfly-shaped endocrine gland in the neck that produces hormone that regulates metabolism, growth and development. A thin band of tissue called thyroid isthmus connects the lower two-thirds of the lobes. The thyroid gland is found below Adam's apple in the front of the neck. The peripheral thyroid follicle lined with follicular cells and occasional parafollicular cells that surrounded a lumen containing coil is the function unit of the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland produces three hormones, iodothyronine and thyroxine are the two thyroid hormones that are created from iodine and thyroxine and calcitonin, a peptide hormone. The thyroid hormones affects metabolic rate and protein synthesis as well as growth and development in infants. Calcium homeostasis is supported by calcitonin. Thyroid hormones modulate DNA transcription by crossing the cell membrane and binding to nuclear thyroid hormone receptors. The thyroid hormone also functions within the cell membrane or cytoplasm through reactions with enzymes such as calcium epitase, adenyl cyclase, and glucose transporters in addition to their actions on DNA. Iodized salt is necessary because iodine mineral is essential part of thyroid hormone. So it is important we must consume iodized salt, as in turns it is essential for thyroid gland as it controls carbohydrate, proteins and fat metabolism. For best balance of growth, deficiency of iodine may cause disease called goiter. Children, thyroid gland produces hormone that controls the body metabolism. However, the body uses energy. The growth and development, the thyroid gland produces hormones that stimulate somatic and physical growth. Calcium metabolism. The thyroid gland produces calcitonin, which helps regulate blood calcium levels. The T4 is an inactivate thyroid hormone and T3 is an activate thyroid hormone. Thyroid disorders are very common and can affect anyone, but mainly occurs in women. These disorders can be temporary or permanent and include an overactive and underactive thyroid. Children, let us discuss about parathyroid gland. Humans and others tetrapods have tiny endocrine glands in their necks called parathyroid glands. The parathyroid glands are a group of small glands in the neck that produces parathyroid hormone, regulates calcium levels in the body, which are important for muscle and nerve functions. Humans have 4 parathyroid glands, which are commonly found on the neck of the back thyroid gland in different places. In response to low blood stream, the parathyroid gland produces and secretes the parathyroid hormone, which plays an important role in controlling the amount of calcium in the blood and bones. The primary function of parathyroid gland is to keep calcium and phosphate levels in the blood within a small range so that the nerve system and muscular system can work properly. This is accomplished by parathyroid gland secreting parathyroid hormone. Children, the main function of parathyroid gland is to maintain the calcium levels, that is PTH controls calcium levels in the blood by stimulating the release of calcium from bones, the absorption of calcium from food and the conservation of calcium by the kidneys. Another function is to produce vitamin D. The parathyroid hormone helps to active vitamin D, which helps the intestine absorption of calcium. Children, let us discuss the disorders of parathyroid. First one is hyperparathyroidism. When the blood produces too much of PTH, which leads to high calcium levels in the blood, is called hyperparathyroidism. Second one is hypoparathyroidism. When the blood produces too little PTH, which leads to low calcium levels in the blood. Children, let us discuss about parathyroid hormone. The parathyroid hormone is secreted by parathyroid gland. The parathyroid hormone causes the bones to release calcium into the bloodstream. The intestines absorb calcium from the food and the kidneys conserve calcium. The parathyroid hormone gland refers to as parathyroid glands, which are four tiny glands located behind the thyroid gland in the neck, responsible for production parathyroid hormone that regulates calcium levels in the blood by signaling the bones to release calcium when levels are low. Essential, the parathyroid glands are the only glands that secreted parathyroid hormone. Let's see the key point. Let's see the key points of the parathyroid glands. The function of parathyroid glands, already we discussed that it regulates the calcium levels in the blood by releasing parathyroid hormone. Location is situated in the posterior surface of the thyroid gland in the neck, and hormone produced are PTH. When blood calcium levels drop, the parathyroid gland releases PTH, which stimulates the bone to release calcium into the bloodstream and also signals the kidney to reabsorb calcium. Thank you.